So, I guess we're gonna just go with the old-fashioned style Kangaku vlogs. But, well, the type, but this is not really a vlog anyway. So, I have an interesting story to tell you. Today is a special day, if anybody, can remember correctly. But, it's a 2-year anniversary of me and Taylor's, relationship. And it's a pretty special day. The only thing is, since she's in Decatur now, she couldn't come see me, but she's planning on coming to see me soon. And I miss her like crazy. But there was a lot of strange events that happened today. Whenever I got home, I was on the computer, and then my brother comes in through the door. And he's like, "Kyla, you have a visitor today." And I'm like, "What?" And just shortly before my brother walked in, my dad had called me and told me that my real dad was trying to get back in touch with us again. And a little bit of background. My real dad, when I was younger, would only accept Brandon as his child, partially because he's a boy and he wanted me to be a boy, and he also didn't believe the fact that he was my dad anyway. And it was kind of harsh, but I got over it. I was fine with it. But then my brother finally stood up for me and was like, "You know what, if you're not going to accept my sister, then I can't accept you as a father." And a little while later, I guess, a couple of years later actually, when I'm 15, he comes back today. And I'm just like, no, he can't just come back into my life like that. But, he comes back today, and I walk out there, and he's like, "I know that, I haven't been exactly the best father, but it's been a rough while, and I at first wasn't going to forgive him, but I just felt like there was a change. Last time I met him, he didn't even look at me, but we actually held contact, and, so, he wanted to spend time with me and Brandon, which is my older brother, and we're both his kids. And he decides to take us back over to my parents' house and hang out for a little bit. And we get to talking and stuff, a little bit about grades, and he gets on to Brandon and kind of gives him the push he needs to, like, I don't know, try in school better, I guess, because he's been a little wishy-washy lately. But then we decide, like, hey, do you want to go out to eat? As a father, daughter, and son moment. And I was just like, yeah, it sounds good. And I was hungry, and I was like, why not? So we go to Waffle House. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. But we go to Waffle House, and we order and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself the entire time, oh God, how, first of all, is he serious about getting back in touch with us and kind of, you know, being the father that he needs to be? And two, I'm supposed to come out again for the second time in my life. So I'm sitting at the table right across from him, and I pull out my phone and I text Brandon, who's sitting right next to me. I'm like, I have to come out again eventually. And Brandon texts me back like, go on, just go ahead. And so I'm in the middle of eating this burger, and then I swallow my bite, and I'm just like, take a breath, and I'm like, so it's kind of ironic that you get back in touch with me on today, especially since it's my 2-year anniversary with my girlfriend. and he kind of stops eating for a minute, and he's chewing a little bit, and I look back down at my burger, and I kind of continue, just like, yeah, so it's a pretty special day and stuff, and he's like, and it was kind of quiet for a moment, and then I was just like, hopefully that's not an issue, and he said, no, it's you, I mean, you are you. And then suddenly my whole like self-esteem shot through the roof. And then he continued, and he was talking about how there's a lot of influential gay people in the world, and how they do a lot of they're actually like really good people. Well, not like, you know what I mean, but like they accomplish things. They're just like everybody else, and he accepted me, and I did not expect it. I did not. But yeah, and then after Waffle House, like, I mean, especially after me, like, being open and honest there, everything seemed to kind of go with ease after that. And we weren't as nervous or awkward after that either. He also told me that he kind of, guessed it, and I was just like, is it really that obvious? And then I'm just like, Kyla, have you seen yourself? You're fucking gay. But and after that, we went to go see my grandmother, and this was probably the worst part. My other grandmother, and she seems more excited to see Brandon. And she's like, you're my buddy, and oh my gosh, you've grown so much. And then she turns to me and asks, like, what grade I'm in now, and I said sophomore, and yada yada yada. And then later on she's like, is your name Kayla or Kyla? And like, my heart just sank into my stomach. I was just like, like, all of my childhood worries and pains and suffering with this, knowing that your dad didn't want you, and realizing that my grandmother wasn't exactly wanting to include me either. I was like, well, maybe they'll come around better, but I was just like, it's just really, like, heartbreaking. But I really do think that this is a chance to kind of mend things, and I know this is a long video, but I hope that it somehow, I don't know, entertains people with my story here. But after that, we went to go see my dad's new girlfriend, and it's kind of funny actually. She seemed really nice. And then I found out that my dad had they had found this girl in the streets, and she like hitchhiked all the way from Texas to get here, and her name's Alex, yeah, but like as an adopted daughter into the house, not as a daughter, but like adopt them into the house and kind of take her under the wing, and I met her and she was really cool and stuff, and then I see a look exchanged between her and my brother, and I knew in that moment it's his type. And I know it's kind of weird, but yeah, basically she's my dad's girlfriend's roommate type thing. But they exchanged numbers, and she's his friend on Facebook now. It was just hilarious. And then she kind of rode, whenever my dad took us home, yeah. And she was sitting in the back seat with Brandon, and what do you know? They kissed goodbye. But she seems like a really nice girl. And hopefully Brandon treats her right, because that was, wow. Anyway, I know this is like a really long video, but that was my story for today and how crazy it was. It was like the most unexpected thing ever. But hopefully my dad will come back and like we'll be able to hang out. He said he wants to take us fishing. I'm like, no, it's cold. Well, not now, of course, but like I am dragging this video up. Okay, so I'm just gonna say goodnight, and I hope that I can talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.